Welcome to Learn the Sword. There are a few questions everybody has about how to turn with the sword. Now there's a counterclockwise and there are clockwise turns. There are 180 degree, 360 degree full turns, 90 degrees. There are every angle imaginable. But let's break this down into something as simple as just turn halfway 180 degrees. Now, a lot of the time when we turn, we have a tendency to turn but not be set up with the sword. It's sort of like if someone is skateboarding, you did the turn, but where's the skateboard? It's 10 feet away from you now, and you have to go back onto that. Or if you're riding a horse and you're riding barrels, and if you don't stay on his back, well, you know what I'm talking about there when you fall on the ground. Nevertheless, when you deal with swording, you just don't fall on the ground or you just don't get kicked by a horse, you get stitches. So when you first start practicing with a sword and you want to go to drawing with one, it is advisable to go over to an iaito, a cheap metal alloy sword that makes a little bit of noise when you swing it to give you tone to know how hard you're swinging or how hard you're casting. Now, when we work in this, put the sword away, pull it out really easy, pull it back, so we all have that down. But with Kata 4, for some reason, we're walking and all of a sudden we know we have to turn. But how do we really turn? Well, you remember, before if your swords are down this way, for a couple of the katas, you remember that it's hard to turn like this. So, when you turn with 4, make sure that you pull the sword upward. And the sword moves upward while you're turning, and it sets upward like a corkscrew going up. Watch it again. If I'm here like this, if I try to turn and pull it out this way, you can see that there's a lot of wasted time and effort. But if I pull it up to the correct angle, pull it up over my shoulder, then the person behind me, because I'm turning around to make sure the person behind me doesn't cut me down, I'm set up so he can't attack, or I can keep him at bay. So watch this. Here I come up. Look at how I'm cradling it. Instead of cradling it out, I'm cradling it up. I'm setting up here, and then all of a sudden, I can set up into a jodan and then cut down if need be. Now, let me try this again. Here, hands are free at my side. I start bending at the elbows. I start turning. You notice the sword isn't here, but it's up here, it's still out of sight. So I can still hide my thoughts and intentions if it's not here, but it's near my body. So here I am here, and I turn, and I set the sword up this way. Now, for the rest of the kata is, you bring your foot back slightly, not a full step. Because if you bring your foot slightly back a full step, you're too elongated to come up and make the second cut a little smoother. So the secret is that if my right foot is forward, I'm in a right-handed jodan, left hand is on my sword, and I just turned, I'm staring out the target, and now I'm going to move my right foot back just about this far. Just enough to stand up tall. See that? I don't move that much. Over here on this side, I'm not moving that much. Just enough to set up for the next cut. Because this first cut is just a jodan kata. Yeah, just like that. But remember, you're moving backwards because this is a defensive jodan, and you're up here, and basically you're going whoa, 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 like that, and throwing the sword down. And they're still coming at you, and you come back this way, and you make another cut. Watch it again. Here I am here. I turn, cut up, down, bring it up, down. So all of a sudden you're going to see hands go up, hands go down, hands go up, hands go down. And if you start thinking about that pattern, up, down, watch how simple this becomes. Ready? And up, down, down. And now do the same kata back. And up, down, down. And put the sword away. You notice I'm not doing shiburi or anything like that because that's not ritual. We're working on practical application. So watch it again. Ready? And up, down, down. And this angle here, just in case you want to see a side angle. And up, down, up, down. When practicing with an iaito, you can be pretty thoughtless and you can really get in there and practice a lot. When you're practicing with a shinken, make sure you know where the blade is. Moreover, as I mentioned many times earlier, make sure that the blade is well oiled so you can easily run your fingers across the blade when you're drawing and when you're sheathing.